Hi guys, welcome back to August Love Story channel. My name is Artieka.
And I'm Tommy.
And today we are reviewing Married at First Sight season 17, episode 3. And I just realized I don't know what the title of this episode is as I was saying it. Give me just a second. I'll pull it up. While I'm looking, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. Oh, I'm sorry. Episode 3 is called Hard Launch.
All right.
Go ahead and getting this out of the way so I don't have to say it at the end. We do see Michael coming back. It looks like they're going to give him a redo. Somebody said that in our comments. I had no idea. I also try not to read much of anything.
Yeah.
I also haven't watched After Party yet this season.
I keep forgetting about it.
I don't forget about it, but it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I just sat through 2 hours of y'all show. What more do you want from me? So I'm gonna try to watch or catch up on the others over this weekend.
Yeah.
Can't promise that I'm gonna watch the after party before we do the review, but I'll try to get the after parties in before we do the next episode.
Oh, okay.
That was it for him. Is there a couple in particular that you would like to start with?
I don't care.
So I'm gonna just go back in the same order that I have in my notes from last week.
That works for me.
I just deleted the notes and typed new notes. Becca and Austin.
All right.
Oh my goodness, I wrote nothing about them. I literally wrote nut to butt. This is what she kept telling the groomsmen.
Really?
Yeah, for them to get closer for the wedding photos.
I didn't know what she was saying.
She was like, nut to butt, guys. Nuts to butts. And I was like, I have never heard that.
That's hilarious. She was fighting that. Like, she was trying her best not to
turn on her wedding photographer.
Yeah, because she was all out of her element in doing that. I will say I love this couple. Like,
she was like, we married each other.
Right. Like,
we're the same person.
They like fit each other. You know, he seems very I don't want to say nonchalant about things, but he's like go with the flow type of dude. I enjoyed the fact that he was like, when I'm jumping around, when they asked him at the end, what's the plans for the night? He was like, I don't know, maybe we could get together and play some N64. I was like, man, you guys are a cool couple.
Yeah.
And all I thought was Mario Kart on N64 was one of my favorites.
You know, I never really played the Nintendo 64. Like, when I was excited to get the NES.
Yeah.
I did not want the 64 model.
The NES is the regular Nintendo. Yeah. So you got the regular Nintendo.
No, you know the mini that my brother got me.
Oh.
I was so excited to get that one that, like, if he would have said the 64, I would have been like, I don't want it. And what the other one?
Yeah.
Because that's the one that has nostalgia for me.
Yeah. Nah, like, all of them have nostalgia for me.
I get that, but like as far as what I played,
like N64 was my like thing.
Did you play Donkey Kong?
No, I didn't. I played GoldenEye.
Nope.
I got like the game, like, you know, it was fun.
Did you play Zelda?
Nah, I didn't get into that.
So you didn't play any of the same games outside of Mario?
Yeah.
And that's because it come with the thing?
Yeah, and I love Mario.
I'll take it.
But it's not about us. It's about Becca and Austin.
I was just asking because, you know.
Let's see, what else did it, since you didn't write anything. She was like, should we make out again?
Oh, yeah.
They some kisses.
I did note that. She was like, because, you know, since I'm a married lady and all, there's 3 rules. Make out often, and think your husband is hot.
Her first impression of him was that he's in this because he cried at the thing.
At the wedding.
And that he's in the marriage. Like he's in doing Married at First Sight because he wants to be married. And she got that from him crying. And I was like, I don't know. Like time will tell where they are. Everything is a fairy tale right now. Mm-hmm. And time will tell like what happens and how things pan out and stuff like that for them. But I really like this couple. Mm-hmm. Just because the quirkiness of both of them and how, I don't want to say silly they are, but you know, how they're meshing now.
She was like, so if you weren't dressed up formally, what would you be dressed like? He's like a skater who doesn't skate. Yeah. And she was like, me too.
But she actually rollerblades or something like that. So that's funny, man.
She was saying her and her friends go skating every year on her birthday. I was like, that's cute enough. Yeah, that's all I wrote. The last thing I wrote was make out often and think your husband is hot.
What's sex positivity?
Essentially that you do not, let me see if I can find a nice way to say this. Not a nice way, but you know what I mean.
Her friends was like, she's very sex positive. And, you know, I'm like, my definition of sex positive may be different.
That's not the word that the first word is one I would have used. It says an open, tolerant, or progressive attitude towards sex and sexuality. I would have said open, but not tolerant. So tolerant is also a really good word to use. Basically, I'm not going to yuck your yum.
Oh, whatever you're into, you know.
It's like, I might not be into it, but I'm not going to let, if we were having a conversation, I'm not going to let someone else be like, oh my God, you do that?
Oh, yeah.
I'll literally be like, the sex positive person be like,
right on, man.
Man, if that's what you want to do, like, maybe you should try this.
Yeah, okay. I like that attitude towards things.
But like across the board, like not condemning anything.
Making a person like feel welcome because of their individuality. Mm-hmm. I get it. Did you see the clock turning, the wheel turning when you was explaining that? Me trying to figure out, all right, so let me put this in Tommy terms.
Mm-hmm. I did.
Because I sure was like, I don't know.
I was like, when I first was about to say it, I was like, being open to sex, but I was like, that's not a good definition.
Yeah, nah.
Because Tommy's going to be like, well, me too.
I'm very sex positive.
I was like, okay, let me look this up so I can explain it better in more like terms that would like literally lump it all together.
So I wondered, did he know what they were talking about? I'm pretty sure the conversation went a little further into it because I would have been like very like deer in headlights.
Would you have asked questions?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Those questions would have, you know, I would have asked 2 questions. 2 dozen. You know. That's funny. But yeah, I would have asked a lot of questions about that because I would have been curious. That's really all. Oh, one last thing. We found out he lived with a female friend for 3 years, and he was basically her husband, for lack of better words, for 3 years. Like she was like, he'll do projects, but he has a hard time finishing them. Mm-hmm. He takes the trash. She was like, it was almost as if she was giving her dog away.
Mm-hmm. Or her brother.
Yeah, like, look, check this out. This is all the things that he does. And I think that interaction was like really, really cool. And I can appreciate it. So
she was like, it's so cute, but I hope it's never a point where she's like, did y'all hook up?
Yeah.
Or think that there's more to
right.
Hopefully it's not more to the relationship, but you also have to always question
you do.
Stuff like that just a little bit. But she did. She was like, if you come home and there's newspapers everywhere, you gotta say something.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so that might be difficult for her because if he's if she is a creative, and then if he's trying to be creative, you're gonna be like,
Yeah, clash somewhere.
Yeah.
But I think they're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Like, just with the attitude.
Well, I'm not saying they won't be okay, just
yeah, they like once they learn their communication styles and like really get into it and get out of this fairy tale, I think they'll start to like realize where things can improve and stuff like that. It's just, it's day one, hour 2 of being together as a couple. So, yeah, that's all I got for them.
All right. So Claire and Cameron was next. What I found out after we recorded last week was the bird that he gave her was the native bird, the kiwi bird from New Zealand. And he was saying the bird flew all the way here. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Okay. Because when she met him and heard his accent, she was like, the gift makes sense now. I was like, I never put that it was the native bird with it. And then I was like, what is a kiwi bird after we got done recording? I was like, okay. Anywho.
His ring didn't fit.
His ring did not fit.
Did you notice that he had it on his pinky finger?
Yes. Also, I went to, I didn't go to the wedding, but I have a friend who was in a wedding that later got annulled where nobody's rings fit.
Really?
Yeah. I have to tell you all about that.
Yeah. That's a new one to me. I ain't never heard that one.
It was obviously in an annulment, so there was a lot of things going on.
Obviously.
So we opened up the wedding or back to them with her sister talking to Cameron saying this is crazy. She says, oh, I said that already about the accent and now the gift makes sense.
Yeah. I didn't know she was a quadruplet. But I feel like you told me that.
Yeah, perhaps.
Because
I can't remember if I said it during the episode, but I know we talked about it after the fact.
I know her sister, like, coming down, she was like, oh, you're the husband or something, she said.
Yeah.
And I was like, why they keep showing the sisters?
Because she's a quadruplet.
Yeah.
And apparently the parents had 6 kids.
Mm-hmm. The crazy part is 3 of those kids in the beginning was not expected. You think about that?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
This other podcast I listened to, the couple has a set of twins. Like they each had a kid when they got together.
Yeah.
And then they had twins. And the husband is always like, I've exceeded my max of kids. And they're like, what do you mean? He's like, I wanted like 3 kids was my max. He was like, but we got 4. He was like, I know. You see the problem? So, he was like, one of them twins wasn't supposed to be here. I don't really care which one of them.
Yeah.
They got the same face. Pick one. But, so my note doesn't make sense. It says the family gets to know you are cute and reminds me of his bike shop. Oh, when the family does their little, let me tell you about Claire, let me tell you about Cameron, they let us know that he has a bike shop and he likes to go riding a lot. And they talk about her sense of humor and her making fun of people. So it seems like it's not just her.
Yeah.
Because her sisters were also trying to
do his accent. Man, I was like, they like to have fun. These my type of people.
Mm-hmm. And I can't remember what they call her,
Gigi, the grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gigi.
I like grandma.
Yeah.
She said, Grandma, how long were you married? She was like 60 something years.
Yeah.
I'm like, I lost count. It don't really matter because he ain't here.
Right. Did they look nervous to you? Like him more than her? Like in every aspect that I saw him with her, he looked so nervous, especially when they were at the altar, which I get it, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, man, this looks nervous. When they dance, they look awkward.
Well, they were going to look awkward because he's so tall.
Yeah,
she's
I wonder how tall is he?
I don't know. I would probably say like 6'4".
Yeah.
But she's 5 feet, so anything over like 5'8" was gonna be like
right.
Mega stretch.
They are attracted to each other. That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
One thing while looking at it, I was like, she looks like she's supposed to be a wife, like she's gonna make a good wife.
Mm-hmm.
By the way that she is currently, or how she is now. And what made me say that was the compare and contrast between her and Emily.
Mm-hmm.
Because
not
the
Pink other hair. Blonde girl.
Because
like super blonde.
Yeah, because for me, they look like how all the guys look similar to each other. Them two look similar to each other to me. And of course, Lauren doesn't look like them, and the other girl, Becca doesn't look like them. But them two, they look alike. And like throughout the whole thing, I was just doing a compare and contrast between them two, unknowingly. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought that was interesting how like she looks good in that role. Mm-hmm. I think they are good together. It's a bit of nervousness and unsureness that you can see in him. You know, she seems to be fully comfortable with everything, and they must joke around a lot. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I say that, it comes up a lot that, you know, hey, you got to have some thick skin, you know, and stuff like that. So
I could imagine that though, like it wasn't that many kids in that house. Like I'm talking about where you grew up, because it was just you and your sister as the children. But when you have a large family, you deal with a lot of personalities and people thinking they're funny and they're not. And then now you got to show them, hey, I'm funnier than you, and I'm gonna hurt your feelings with my funny. And like going to my grandparents' house, it was all the kids going over there. So you kind of pick up on that and you get to see that dynamic. It would just happen to be their daily life and how everything went.
Yeah.
I don't know why I couldn't really like during a matchmaking special, I didn't really write a lot of notes about Cameron. I don't know why. I didn't find him very fascinating. But this episode at least gave me something to go on.
Yeah. This is my first time seeing him.
Yeah. Because you didn't watch the matchmaking special. Like I did, and I don't know why. There was just, maybe I just was not caring during his scenes or whatever, but didn't make it through his very well. But finding out that his mom was actually born in the States, so he's a dual citizen, made a bit of sense why he came to the U.S. Because I was like, you came from New Zealand to open up a bike shop? And then went to Colorado?
Not to open up a bike shop, but, you know, better opportunity.
But you see what I mean? Like, if you look at it from that standpoint, like you're a bike shop owner from New Zealand, and then of all the places to open up a bike shop, you opened up one where you can't even ride year round.
Yeah, but you can ride year round, you know.
I mean, I wouldn't
be outside. It's just gonna be cold.
I wouldn't be outside in the snow. It's 30 degrees and I'm dying. I'm up here wrapped up in a blanket in my living room.
Look, I got a hoodie on.
Right.
No, I like that them as a couple. I'm curious to see where's the arguments. You know,
because everybody was arguing and crying
at the end,
the season preview.
Yeah,
like here's to come.
But yeah, Gigi was cool, and she basically to wrap everything that she told them, the advice she gave them was just be nice to each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times that is the gist of things. Don't say things out of anger. Don't argue with each other. But be nice to each other. It's basically what she's telling.
Sometimes don't argue with each other. It's easier said than done.
No, I like that part.
If you say I'm not gonna argue with you, that can also start an argument.
Yeah. I haven't been there before, but I know myself. I have to say what's on my mind. Mm-hmm. Wrong, right, or indifferent. Mm-hmm. It has to come out.
And if somebody says I'm not gonna argue with you, you be like, and another thing.
Right. Like, well, shoot, if you ain't gonna argue with me, let me tell you what I think, and then I'm gonna walk away.
You use that as an opportunity.
I use anything as an opportunity to tell you what's on my mind.
Lord Jesus, don't I know?
I'm learning to. It's just how you do it. That's all. Anyway, who's next?
Brendan and Emily, the other blonde. So the first thing that I wrote down about him was he asked her, "What do you think about ankles out?" And I was like, first off, today would have not been the day that I would have been like, let me have my ankles out.
Like, it looks like it was extremely cold.
But I've also come to find out people that live in places that it snows are less impacted by the weather than those of us who do not.
Yeah.
I remember Chicago, being there in April, it's snowing. I'm like 4 layers deep of clothes, and girls was just outside in mini skirts and boots.
Really?
No tights, nothing. I was like, nah.
Man, couldn't be me. I wouldn't even be going outside.
I had to. The reason that I was there made me have to leave the hotel room.
Yeah, like I ain't going too many places in the cold.
Right. You don't go too many places in the heat.
I just online shop. They didn't have an issue with kissing, and the one thing that I noticed is every couple on here kissed, and you know how they be like on previous seasons. We had it where one of the couples don't feel comfortable kissing each other.
Myrla and Gil wouldn't kiss.
Yeah.
What is that girl's name?
I don't know. I don't remember who would.
Shaquille and Kirsten.
Oh yeah.
Those two come right to mind.
Like,
and they're two couples, weirdly enough, that once they kissed, they had chemistry, and still was like, nah.
No, well, Miller and Gil said yeah.
Yeah, and then they said nah. I mean, Kirsten said yeah too,
but Shaquille didn't.
It was a yeah, but then it was a no.
And he regretted saying that. Anyway, it's not about them. It's about these two. But yeah, so everybody here accepted that. Hey, we're gonna kiss. We're married. We kissing.
We're doing this.
We're all in it. They were talking about the bachelor and bachelorette party, and she was telling them, yeah, I was white girl wasted. Taking body shots off of the strippers.
And he was like, oh.
But it's crazy because at the bachelor party, he was one of them that was like, no, I'm good. I'm fine. I don't, do strippers, right? Mm-hmm. But then at the wedding, he seemed like he wouldn't be. He seemed like the party guy that's like, strippers, let's do this, strippers unite or whatever.
It might be the fact that it was being filmed.
Maybe.
Because even though they do a lot of film scenes, you're still hyper aware at that point.
Yeah.
That there's cameras around.
Well, I'm just like, he let his hair down at the wedding, type of deal. That's what it was. So, I don't know. He said he likes her honesty.
She called them a power couple because she drives a Jeep and he has an Audi, and they're 28 and 29.
And then proceeded to say, "I haven't crashed my Jeep."
I was like, girl, do you drive that bad?
Would you hush?
Do you drive that bad? She's like, I told my dad the other day.
She's like, my dad said he's proud of me because I didn't crash my car. Like, me too. You would not be driving mine.
That's pretty much it. I don't think we found out any weird living arrangements with them.
No, we didn't.
Because it was Becca's husband, Austin, who lived with the friend, and then Orion.
Do you think it's a problem that she hasn't been in a relationship? Because this come up a lot. That she's 29 years old and hadn't been in a relationship, a serious relationship. She's had flings. I think that's what she called it.
I would be like, why?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like I can understand you not being married before. Mm-hmm. I can understand not being in a relationship where you were on the verge of getting married.
Right.
Even fair.
I wasn't on the path to getting married with any guy that I dated until I got with you and got married to you, right?
Yeah.
So like that part makes complete sense. Being unmarried at 29
makes
complete sense. 39, you could still be unmarried.
Right.
Like I don't have a marriage age, right? But some type of relationship is usually typical, even if it was just like 9-10 months.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that you had to make it years and years with a person. Like I had quite a few long-term relationships. Like you were the third one.
Yeah.
But yeah, and most of my friends have had long-term relationships.
I personally never met a person who has not been in a relationship, and we have to figure out what her definition of relationship is, because I feel like it can't be true.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you've had to have had a boyfriend at some point, and I know we in different regions of the world we all call it something different, but
we talking
right.
No, but I don't know about friends and things of that nature, but every guy that I ever called my boyfriend called me his girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And it's crazy because her friends are the ones that brought up to him, or they brought it. I think he knew, but they brought it up to him, like asking, "Does that affect him in any way?" Mm-hmm. Like I've been like, well, "Why haven't she? What's going on that she didn't?" She like some of the reasons she was telling his friends, because each one of them talked about it. The things that she was telling his friends was she didn't like how she was being treated. Mm-hmm. In the relationship or whatever she was doing. But
that tells me there that you made it past talking.
Right. So it's like, that's why I was like, man, she has to stop with that. Mm-hmm. Like that's her claim to fame. Like it can't be true. Like you've had some type of relationship. It might have not lasted as long as you think a serious relationship.
Periodical time.
Yeah, but you've been in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You may not claim it, for whatever reason, but it's been there. So it's like just weird though, man. To even do you think that that's going to affect them as a couple now? Like her trying to figure out how she wants this thing to run for her. Because I think we all, like me personally, I take good things and bad things from previous relationships and improve on them, in our relationship.
I don't remember previous relationships.
Like it's like
not like the day-to-day interactions.
Yeah. Major
or anything
things
like that. Yeah.
You like, I don't know, whatever. But it's
I really got nothing.
It like helps shape you in a way of figuring out yourself, right?
Yeah, I do know that like previous relationships, there's things that happen in them that I'm like, never again.
Yeah. But like certain things you accept, certain things you won't accept, and stuff like that. That's what you learn from those previous relationships. And I'm just curious to know how it's crazy because I wish she could dig deeper into the I've never been in a relationship, because it's hard to believe at 29. But just what her expectations are coming into this thing. I really don't think they're gonna make it, and I hate to say it like that, just because of the focus. Like, she's like really into, I'm a party girl. We probably have sex, you know, and not.
When you said I'm a party girl, it made me immediately think of Virginia, the girl that went to UT.
Oh, with Eric. Yeah, her.
I'm not gonna stop partying just because I got married.
Like, you have to change something up, and I don't know. Like, this is just what I'm seeing from this episode. She likes to have a really good time. Not saying there's anything wrong with that when you get married, but it's like, how does not having a relationship and having to now keep in mind that you're married and you're in a relationship now. It's like, okay, and you're in a marriage, and it's like, okay, it's like, how do you transition to that? Because it's a transitional period for you, but what do you do? What do you say? How do you do that? Type of deal. I don't know, man. I'm curious to see how their interactions become, because it's like, what do you like? I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know. Something about her looks like she's not as fun as she portrays herself.
Something about her puts me like, it's like, man, you're not thinking about this, like it wasn't fully thought through. It's almost as if she's just trying to do this show because it's a popular show. And he's along for the ride.
What was it? One of the girls on this episode said it. Oh, Becca. When she was like, I know that he's not just doing this for Instagram followers and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, some people
that's what vibe I get from her. From
and if it doesn't work out, I mean, cool, I'll get 100,000 followers.
Yeah. Emily. That's what I get from her. Yeah. So hopefully I'm wrong.
Hopefully
I'm wrong about that. Next couple.
Lauren and Orion.
That is how you say his name.
It is Orion.
Orion.
I made myself a note so that we don't go back through this again. It was me. Too. It was me. I was the problem.
Orion.
Funny. Exact same. I put in parentheses like how I remembered the people.
Yeah.
And so I put that next to his native.
Man, that's funny.
So they asked each other about their first impressions. He said that his first impression was he was floored because she was so beautiful. She was like, I was like, great, he's tall.
She wouldn't say that about me.
Because you're not tall. You're not tall.
No, I'm not.
You're just taller. You're the tallest person in the house.
I am. That's funny. Did you see that? This completely off subject. You see that video of that security guard pulling Kirk Franklin on stage?
And the dude beside him was like,
Kirk Franklin got on the stage like, wait a minute, man. Don't you ever pull me like that.
Be gentle to me.
Don't you ever pick me up like that.
Be gentle. That ain't what I meant when I said help me up.
It's definitely not.
I wish I could have gone to that concert.
That was at the church? He did that at the church?
No.
Oh.
He is on tour right now with Israel Holden, Tamala Man.
Yeah. She can really sing.
High Tribute.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
That's a solid concert, man.
Yeah.
He's a grass dancer, and I was like, please explain.
First off, wait. Before we get to the grass dancer, he said, I can dance because my mom's a Zumba instructor.
Yeah.
Like, that don't mean you can dance.
Right. I can dance.
I've seen videos of Zumba classes where I've been like, mm-mm.
You ain't never been to one?
Nope.
I have.
I've seen one like in person.
You know how,
but I did not attend.
You know how Aunt Viv did that aerobics class and like killed it, and then when she went outside, she fainted. That was me.
Zumba.
It's Zumba.
Why did you go to Zumba?
Man, I do random things like that.
Because you like the boogie?
It wasn't that. I was just, they having a Zumba class. Let's go check it out.
Was this in college?
Yeah. I did. It was like, was it in college? Yeah, it was in college. And I did a yoga class. Like the yoga class, when I did that, I felt completely out of place. Because I wasn't as flexible as people that was in that class.
Oh, you know what we should do together?
What?
Bikram yoga.
I don't think I would like that.
You would fight me.
Yeah. That's the hot thing, right? Yeah, I ain't trying to do
I used to go to
that.
Bikram yoga classes in Memphis.
Did you?
Yep.
Nah, I did one yoga class and felt completely like I do a little bit now because now I really need to focus on flexibility stuff I'd be telling you. But man, when I was in there,
old and my bones are old.
Yeah, I mean, like once you get to a certain age,
I'm there.
You got to make sure that you keep that thing stretched out.
As Wendy Williams says, I'm a woman of a particular age. her particular age was just much older than the one that I currently am. Yeah. But I'm a particular age.
But nah, man, it's like went to that class and I'm looking around. It's me and my homeboy, and then everybody else was women who been there. The good thing though, they made sure we was okay.
Of course.
Do you they was like, do you guys, even the instructor was like, do you guys, you need some help with this and stuff like that. I was like, oh, you know how to make a brother feel welcome.
When I went to Bikram yoga, I'm not gonna say I was the least flexible person there, but
I believe it.
No, I wasn't though. Oh. But the instructor was I was new to yoga.
Yeah.
And so the instructor was very like accommodating to
How
that.
did we get to yoga? It's me.
It was you, Zumba.
Yeah.
Zumba went to yoga.
And he was a dancer.
Yes.
Because of Zumba.
Okay, now back to the grass dancer. You can go ahead.
I have no clue what that is.
He's
like the medicine man of his tribe.
Yeah, he was like, when they moved to I don't want to say that he's overdoing it, but like when he explains something, he tell the whole story.
Man, that's how you tell a story.
He like, let me tell you, when in my culture,
he was like, it was raining that night.
When they are ready to like get the tribe together and relocate for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I'm like, bruh, get to what you do.
Yeah.
He basically clears out the land in a dance. That's what I got from him.
I thought he was the medicine man.
Let's see. Grass.
Don't worry about it, man. Keep going.
No, you go ahead.
Her thing was she wants to be able to as they were slow dancing, she was like, I want to slow dance in the kitchen. Like she's thinking about the fairy tale of marriage, and which is cool. She painted that picture well. And then she started to talk about how she missed her mom. But
he does flatten the grass for a ceremony.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. Missing her mom. Dancing in the kitchen, missing her mom.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Her dad didn't really like. He supports her, but he really don't like it.
Yeah, she was like, her mother was the most supportive person in her life. She's like, my dad cool now, but that ain't him.
They different.
I I get that, like, fully understand it. But I never romanticize we would be in the kitchen and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But I guess I also had experience living with a man before I married him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you see how it really was.
Yeah.
His brother's going to touch my butt every time he get a chance to.
And now, most of the time when I'm in the kitchen, I'm yelling for somebody to get out of the kitchen.
Yeah. There's still a butt rub there.
I mean, I'm not yelling at you to get out the kitchen.
If you yell at me, I ain't going to listen to you. I'm going to be like, I'm grown. Anyway, he still lives at home with his mom.
You're doing way too much. Yep. He lives with his mom. She was like, are you at least saving money? He's like,
did he say yeah?
He was like, yeah, I'm doing what I'm supposed to
do. I wonder how much he has saved up.
I mean, there's levels to saving money. I'm saving money by not paying rent somewhere.
Right. No, I feel like he contradicts himself in that in this episode as well. Mm-hmm. And I think it has to do some with being nervous with talking to her dad. Mm-hmm. Because her dad, he was like, he lives at home with his mom. Mm-hmm. But then when he was talking to her dad, he was like, I don't like to be told what to do. Mm-hmm. And women are more of the matriarch in his life. And I'm like, what sense does that make, man?
Who would be telling you what to do?
This what I was like, that didn't answer the question that her dad was asking him. I didn't even get the questions that he was asking him, but he was like, he basically was like, he asked, what's the expectation?
That was the creative way of saying, what's your intentions with my daughter?
Yeah.
He asked a better question.
He did.
It didn't irritate me.
Yeah.
I also like that he went back and said, I can't stop y'all from getting married. Y'all already are married.
Right. It's a little late for that, but
trying to find out more about you and your mindset with my child.
Yeah. But I think I do like the answer that Orion was like. He was like, what did he say? I want you to, want me to like I want you to like me, for who I am and what I do. And I'm paraphrasing that because it wasn't a big thing.
So dad was a little bit confused. Because when they started talking about what he did for a living, he said, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I yawned. He was an electrician and he was licensed in New York. Like, he kept talking about New York.
Yeah.
And he's like, but we live in Colorado.
Yeah.
He kept saying he wants 2 homes. He wants to be able to go back and forth. He was like, I heard what you want to do, but you didn't include my daughter in these plans. And I don't know if Lauren is firmly planted in Colorado or having 2 homes. And he was talking about like the weather and stuff. And I was like, is the weather very different? Because the southerner in me is like, both of y'all get cold. Mm-hmm. So we leaving one cold place, go to another. What we doing?
I don't know. I think he was just talking.
I think New York summers are like, they can be magical, but they ain't the South. Yeah. It's like summertime Chicago can be great, but I don't want to spend no winter there.
Yeah. No, I think he was just talking, man. It's like you can openly see that he was nervous talking to her dad. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I get it. Mm-hmm. Just you married a stranger. Now you're talking to her dad. Like,
and her dad can be presented as an intimidating person.
Yeah. Because he didn't smile while he was talking to him. Mm-hmm. He's asking these questions. He has this, you have to do this certain thing to be a man, and he's saying a man has to have a toolbox and all this and all that, which not necessarily true.
It helps.
Definitely helps.
And I'm not saying it helps because you're a man with a toolbox. It helps to have a toolbox.
It just helps having tools that you can get to fix things that you may have to, And
if you don't know how to fix them, calling somebody over and them not to have to go to the store to buy a screwdriver to help you, is helpful.
Man. One thing that I did notice that she said is, and it's early in there in the fantasy, is that she's like, he's giving me my mom energy. Like, basically, he's not replacing her mom, but the place in her life where her mom stood, she's seeing that he could like fill that void a bit in whatever space she needs him to do. Something that I picked up on is two things. One, and these are from the season preview. Did she cheat on him? Do you think she cheated on him?
I don't think she cheated on him.
But that's what she said. She
said, I slept with him. Or I slept with someone.
Yeah.
It could literally be as simple as sleeping. And he don't like it.
I don't know. That's true. I didn't think about it. Just like they said slept, and I was like, oh, she cheated on him.
But it could have also been where she had sex with someone like during that 2-week window.
Yeah. But also, if you notice on that season preview, at the very end of it, they didn't show them when they was like
the decision day part.
Yeah. They didn't show them at all. So it's like, did they make it? So I don't know. Just a few things to look forward to see what happens. Where to turn.
I have stopped paying attention to this, what's left in the season preview with Married at First Sight, because
it's never what you think it is.
It's always something.
Yeah.
And not in a good way.
Yeah.
So I just watched the season. I've stopped even trying to speculate what they gonna do, what they talk about.
I always speculate.
I've stopped trying. I was just like, it's way too many people crying this season though. Like, I was like,
and that one girl bust her head.
She did, and I was like, yikes, that's gonna hurt.
She gonna have a bad headache.
That is going to hurt.
Yeah,
but I had forgotten about that.
It looks like I ain't gonna lie to you. It looks like it's gonna be a good season. Enough to, like, I hope it's not overly one-sided with conflict. But we'll see.
We shall see. Anywho, you got anything else?
No.
You got a question for this week?
Yeah. Did she cheat on him?
Okay, that didn't happen in this episode.
Thoughts on Emily? Emma? I'm making up.
Emily?
Name. It's Emily?
Yes, there's a person named Emily.
What's the thoughts on her?
Super blonde.
Yeah. That's what you got.
I wrote in my notes, blonde who's never been in a relationship.
Yeah, no relationship. Do you think that is a major problem that will ultimately hinder their relationship? Or do you think it's just, what's your thoughts on that? Okay. So we'll use that as the question for this.
That as the question.
Yeah, that's all I got, man. Take us out of here, man.
All right. If you guys, again, haven't subscribed to the channel, turn on the notification bell, comment down below, let us know whenever I figure out how to word Tommy's question. Comment down below and let us know your thoughts on Emily. We will see you guys on Saturday morning for Love Brew. Once I get that figured out, so we got some issues with uploading.
Oh, you talking about the podcast?
The actual podcast part of it.
Yeah.
And Have a good day.
Yeah, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and join us, man, because we be talking about stuff.
Oh, I already said that part.
Well,
All right, bye, y'all.
Peace.